we'll start. Hello everyone. Today we are back with MCQs with explanations, and these MCQs are on banking and finance. So far as banking and finance awareness is concerned, we will also cover not only MCQs but descriptive type of question answers also in due course. So welcome to our channel, and if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. ABC बस अब बनेगा करियर. कम मार्क्स आने पर भी मिल सकती है सफलता, बस आत्मविश्वास और मेहनत की जरूरत है. फ्रॉम दिस पर्सपेक्टिव, इन्हीं बातों को ध्यान में रख के हम शुरू करते हैं अपना बैंकिंग का करियर का पाथ. जैसे कि हम देख रहे हैं, बेसिक टू एडवांस बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंस में जो क्वेश्चंस है वो इन टॉपिक्स पर आधारित रहेंगे आगे भी. हिस्ट्री ऑफ बैंकिंग सिस्टम, इंडियन फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम, बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, शेड्यूल्ड कमर्शियल बैंक्स, बैंकिंग कमीशन एंड अदर टॉपिक्स इंक्लूडिंग बैंकिंग टर्म्स. आगे बढ़ते हैं, और जब हम शुरू करते हैं तो अभी हमारे साथ है कंटेस्टेंट, और वो सवाल का जवाब लिखेंगे अपने पास, और हम भी पूरी तरह से कोशिश करेंगे कि ये जो कंपटीशन है, ये जो सेशन है, ये क्वेश्चन आंसर फॉर्म में रहे और इंटरएक्टिव रहे. ओके, इसीलिए वो अपने जो सवाल है वो लिखेंगे, और एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन ही विल गिव अस हिज स्कोर, हाउ मेनी आर करेक्ट, हाउ मेनी आर इनकरेक्ट. बट एट द सेम टाइम्स वी आर गोइंग टू सी द करेक्ट आंसर. हम लोग करेक्ट आंसर भी चेक करेंगे. व्हाट इज अ बैंकिंग कंपनी? शुरुआत में ही देखिए, इस इजी क्वेश्चन शुरू में आ गया. बैंकिंग कंपनी का मतलब क्या है? एंड द ऑप्शंस आर, जो 4 ऑप्शंस यहाँ दिए है, बिजनेस ऑफ कलेक्टिंग डिपॉजिट्स है, या लेंडिंग है, या इंश्योरेंस है, और विच ट्रांजैक्ट द बिजनेस ऑफ बैंकिंग इन इंडिया. आपने शायद अपना आंसर लिख लिया होगा. आगे बढ़ते हैं. द करेक्ट आंसर, आप अपना आंसर लिख के रखिए, लेकिन हम आपको भी करेक्ट आंसर बताएंगे. एनी कंपनी विच ट्रांजैक्ट्स द बिजनेस ऑफ बैंकिंग इन इंडिया. आप अपना आंसर अभी चेंज नहीं करेंगे. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
थैंक यू.
अच्छा, ये जो है ये इट इज डिफाइंड अंडर, यहाँ पे हमने बताया था, यहाँ पे जो ये बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट के तहत में, बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट के अंडर इसको डिफाइन किया है. इसको बैंकिंग कंपनी को डिफाइन किया है अंडर सेक्शन 5C ऑफ बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट. ये हम अपना हो गया फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. नाउ वी मूव टू सेकंड क्वेश्चन. सेकंड क्वेश्चन की तरफ बढ़ते हैं, और सेकंड क्वेश्चन है व्हाट इज बैंकिंग. अगेन सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, बट हमको ये पता जरूरी है, पता होना जरूरी है. तो व्हाट इज बैंकिंग, ऑप्शंस में देखते हैं कौन कौन से ऑप्शंस है, और 4 ऑप्शंस है यहाँ पर. अभी इसमें से जो करेक्ट आंसर है, करेक्ट ऑप्शन है, वो आपको राइट करना है, लिखना है. एक्सेप्टिंग डिपॉजिट्स एंड मेकिंग लोन्स, और मेकिंग लोन्स और इशूइंग एंड एक्सेप्टिंग चेक्स, और फोर्थ वन डी, एक्सेप्टिंग डिपॉजिट्स, मेकिंग लोन्स एंड ऑल्सो परफॉर्म फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज. नाउ वी मूव टू थर्ड. बट बिफोर दैट ये एक्सप्लेनेशन है उसके लिए. अभी बैंकिंग इज द सिस्टम ऑफ फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन दैट प्रोवाइड्स वेरियस फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज टू इंडिविजुअल्स. Our next question is, when was the RBI established? RBI का establishment कब हुआ है? And the options are, options की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. 1st April 1930, 1st April 1934, 1st April 1935, और 1st April 1949. And the answer is, we are going to look into the answer now. And the answer is 1st April 1935. The RBI was established on this date in accordance with the provisions of Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. आपने अपना आंसर टिक किया. अभी हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. जो कि आसानी रहेगा, इजी रहेगा, कोई इसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगा। एन इम्पोर्टेंट इवेंट इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडियन बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंस सेक्टर में 1969 में एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इंसिडेंस हुआ। वो इंसिडेंस कौन सा है? और ऑप्शन ऑप्शन अभी हम देख लेते। 4 ऑप्शन है। नेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ 14 बैंक्स इन 1969, formation of private banks, many private banks in 1969, establishment of central bank in 1969 और nationalization of state bank। तो जो भी करेक्ट, जो भी ऑप्शन आपका होगा आप उस पर टिक करिए, आगे बढ़ते हैं। अभी हम आंसर आपको बताएंगे। द आंसर इज नेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ 14 बैंक्स इन 1969। द ऑब्जेक्टिव जो था उसका, we'll just see the objective of that so far as nationalization का, तो उससे पता चल जाएगा। The objectives of nationalization were to attain social welfare, improving credit facility, to accelerate economic growth। ये उसके objectives थे। आगे बढ़ते। Reserve Bank of India was set up on the basis of the recommendations of इस कमिटी के रिकमेंडेशंस पे या कमीशन के रिकमेंडेशन पे ये आरबीआई का एस्टेब्लिशमेंट आरबीआई एस्टेब्लिश हुई है। एंड ऑप्शंस आर हिल्टन कमीशन, हिल्टन यंग कमीशन, तिवारी कमीशन, नरसिंहन कमिटी, नन ऑफ देम। आपने मार्क कर लिया होगा, आगे बढ़ते हैं, आंसर की तरफ पढ़ते हैं। एंड द आंसर इज हिल्टन यंग कमीशन। In 1926, the Hilton Young Commission was set up by the Royal Commission of Indian Currency and Finance. The purpose was to establish the Reserve Bank of India. Okay. ये इसका सही आंसर और एक्सप्लेनेशन है। आगे बढ़ते, अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ बढ़ते। आपको उम्मीद है कोई डाउट नहीं है। Which bank is called the central bank of the country? सेंट्रल बैंक जिसे हम मेन बैंक कहते, चीफ बैंक कहते, बैंकर्स बैंक कहते, गवर्नमेंट की बैंक कहते, वो कौन सी बैंक है? विच बैंक इज कॉल्ड द सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ द कंट्री? ऑप्शंस आपको दिए गए हैं एंड दी ऑप्शंस आर स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, नेशनल हाउसिंग बैंक, नन ऑफ द। सेंट्रल बैंक कौन सी है कंट्री की? आंसर देख लेते हैं। आरबीआई, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया। The RBI is the central bank. It is a regulatory body. It is responsible for the regulation of Indian banking system. तो ये अभी हमने ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर विथ एक्सप्लेनेशन देखा। आगे बढ़ते, क्वेश्चन नंबर 7। Which act constitutes the statutory basis on which the Reserve Bank of India is established? RBI का एस्टेब्लिशमेंट कौन से एक्ट में हुआ है? And the options are here only. We are not moving to the next page. The questions are here only. Which are the, now options are there. State Bank of India Act 1955 था, या Companies Act 56, या Banking Regulation Act 1949, या Reserve Bank of India 1934. Now we see the answer. आंसर देखते हैं। Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. The RBI was established on 1st April 1935. It was established in accordance with the provisions of the RBI Act 1934. Initially, the bank had central office at Kolkata, and now it is in Mumbai. It was moved in 1937 to Mumbai. This is about Reserve Bank. Okay, we move to next question. Yes, very nice. Now let us see, when was the RBI nationalized? The options are 1934, 1935, 1947, 1949. It's very easy question, so we are not finding any difficulty in that. Are you finding any difficulty? No. Let us proceed with the answer. We will see. 1949. The RBI was nationalized in 1949. It was on the basis of the Reserve Bank of India Transfer of Public Ownership Act 1948. The central government paid the consideration and got the shares transfer in its name. So RBI was nationalized in the year 1949. आगे बढ़ते आगे और भी इसी से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस है हमारे बैंकिंग में जो जो बदलाव हुए हैं. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज ड्यूरिंग 1951 टू 1985 जो पीरियड था 51 से 85 तक का पीरियड था. द बोरोइंग वाज इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय. बोरोइंग जो होती थी वो किन बातों को ध्यान में रखी होती है, मतलब किसके मद्देनजर होती थी. बैंकिंग सेक्टर रिफॉर्म्स होता था उसके जरिए, या मिनिमम लोन डिफॉल्ट नहीं होते थे, द 5-year प्लान्स और नन ऑफ देम. द आंसर इज 5-year. Borrowing was influenced by that. 5-year plans were introduced in 1951 to have centralized and integrated national economic growth. Okay. We move to know next question. East India Company had established 3 banks. Okay, during British rule. Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay, and Bank of Madras. And called them. 3 banks were collectively called as the government banks, state bank group, commercial bank, or the presidential banks. And the answer is the presidential. 3 banks were called presidential bank. Our next question is also based on this only. The 3 banks, Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay, and Bank of Madras, were merged into one single bank in 1921. First, they formed these 3 banks, and these 3 banks were called presidential banks. What they did is that they merged into one single bank in 1921, which was called Central Bank of India, Reserve Bank of India, State Bank of India, Imperial Bank of India. 4 options are there. Let us see the answer. We see the answer, Imperial Bank of India. So these 3 banks were merged in 1921, and they were merged as Imperial Bank of India. 3 banks were merged in 1921 and were called as Imperial Bank of India. After becoming one bank, it was called as Imperial Bank. Prior to the formation of the RBI in 1935, initially the bank acted as the central bank of the country. Okay, we move to next question. आगे बढ़ते. Imperial Bank of India जो हमने अभी देखा, 3 presidential banks 1921 में merged हुई, Imperial Bank हुई. Imperial Bank was nationalized in 1955. Now interesting part is Imperial Bank nationalized हुई 1955 में, और उसका नाम हुआ नेशनल हाउसिंग बैंक, सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, यूनिट ट्रस्ट ऑफ इंडिया और स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. आपको आंसर फाइंड आउट करना है. आपने शायद कर ही लिया है. आगे बढ़ते हैं. करेक्ट आंसर, इंपीरियल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया वाज नेशनलाइज्ड एंड कॉल्ड एज नेशनलाइज्ड होने के बाद स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. The RBI acquired a controlling interest in the Imperial Bank of India in the year 1955. The said Imperial Bank of India was renamed as State Bank of India on 30th April 1950. तो ये हमने बात करी. अभी एसबीआई तक हम आए. अभी आरबीआई में थे, फिर एसबीआई में थे. एसबीआई का नेशनलाइजेशन कब हुआ? 1955 में हुआ. इसके पहले आरबीआई का नेशनलाइजेशन कब हुआ? 1949 में. आगे बढ़ते. We move to next question. The question is, when was the NHB established? National Housing Bank कब establish हुआ? And the options are before us. The answer is in July 88. NHB was established as an apex body of housing finance to promote activities in housing. Next question. We move to next question. The government of India has consolidated 10 public sector banks into how many banks? The options are 3, 4, 5, 6. And the answer is 4. And here is the list of PSUs, all PSUs, present list of. So, State Bank, Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank, Indian Bank, and other banks. We move to next question. I hope you are solving all these questions.
Certainly.
MICR technology was introduced for check clearing in India in the year. MICR technology, first time it was introduced. And the options 85, 86, 87, 88. The answer is March 1987. SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, was established in the year. The options are April 85, April 1986, April 1987, and April 1988. The answer is let us see the answer. SEBI was established in April 1988. It was established as a non-statutory body in 88. It was given statutory powers in 1992.
Okay.
Yes. We move to next question. SEBI was established to, what was the objective? We have seen it was established in 1988. And what was the objective? A, B, C, D. The purpose. The answer is, we are going to see the answer. The answer is C, for development and regulation of the security market and investor protection. Certificates of deposit and commercial papers were introduced in India in the year. Options are March 86, March 1987, March 88, March 89. We see the answer with explanation. March 1989, the said instruments were introduced to widen the monetary instruments and give investors greater flexibility. Certificates of deposits are issued by banks and financial institutions. These CDs offer fixed interest rates on invested amount. They are issued for large sums of money, say 1 lakh, or in multiples of 1 lakh. Whereas commercial papers are securities issued to borrow money short term. Yes, CPs are issued by financial institutions, primary dealers, and large corporations. That is the difference between CD and CP, right? CDs are issued usually from 1 to 270 days. This is about commercial paper and certificate of deposits. SEBI formulated insider trading regulation first time in the year 1991, 1992, 1993, 1994. And the answer is 1992. The regulations were later amended in 2002. We move to next question. National Stock Exchange related question is that it was incorporated in 93, 94, 95, 96. National Stock Exchange, NSE, was incorporated in the year 1993. Next, we move to next question. The nationalized banks were allowed to tap the capital market to strengthen their capital base in the year July 94, July 95, July 96, July 97. The nationalized banks were allowed to tap the capital market. And the answer is, what is the answer? July 1990. We move to next question. During 1985 to 1991, an attempt was made to align the interest rates on government securities with market interest rates in the wake of the recommendation of which committee? Goiparia Committee, Rangarajan Committee, Committee for Banking Reforms, or the Chakravarti Committee report. Okay, we proceed. Let us see the answer. Answer इसका क्या है? Chakravarti Committee report. Answer is D. We move to next question. Yes, Chakravarti Committee was set up on 10th April 1982. Now the options are A, B, C, D. Review the working of monetary system, reduce NPAs, improve customer service, or suggest banking ombudsman scheme. In the year 1985, it was appointed. Now we see the answer. And the answer is to review the working of monetary system. Okay, now next. The Office of Banking Ombudsman established for expeditious and inexpensive resolution of customer complaints related to banking services. 1995, in which year? 1995, 1996, 1997 or 1998? And the correct answer is about banking ombudsman. 1995 is the answer. Next question. FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act, 1999 became operative from. Okay. This act, FEMA, 1999 became operative from. The options are June 99, June 2000, June 2001 or June 2002. Okay, we see the answer. The answer is June 2000. The objectives of FEMA include facilitation of external trade and payments, promotion of the development and functioning of the foreign exchange market, proper utilization of foreign exchange reserve. So this FEMA was introduced. Now we move to next question. Question number 26. Kisan Credit Card Scheme was introduced in India in the year. You can note down the answer. And we move to see the answer. Kisan Credit Card Scheme was introduced in India in the year 97, 98, 99 or 2000. Let us see the answer. And the answer is 1998. It was introduced to provide short-term credit to farmers. CCIL, Clearing Corporation of India, was established in February 2000, February 2001, February 2002 or February 2003. Which one is the correct answer? We see the answer. 2001, Clearing Corporation of India. CCIL was established to address the need for an integrated clearing and settlement system across different markets, such as government securities, forex and money markets. The company commenced operation with effect from 15th February 2002. Okay. Now we see the next question, and this is pertaining to the SARFAESI, wherein the SARFAESI Act came into force and it allowed banks to sell the assets, mortgage assets without going to the court. खुद ही बैंक जो है वो मॉर्गेज सिक्योरिटी है, हाइपोथिकेटेड है, तो वो बेच सकते हैं कोर्ट में जाने बगैर, कोर्ट में गए बगैर. तो उसे हम कब वो आया? इट केम इनटू फोर्स ऑन विच डेट? We can just, the options are June 2002, 25th June 2002, 21st June 2003 or 21st June 2004. It came into force on 21st June 2002. Okay. We move to next question. Question number 29. Aryan Malhotra Committee on Reform of Insurance Sector was constituted in the year 93, 94, 96, 97. And the answer is, let us see the answer, 93. The committee suggested introduction of a concept of professionalization. It submitted report in 1994 recommending private players be included in the insurance sector. And next question, which is like within the knowledge of everyone, those who are pursuing career in banking and finance sector. In the year 1980, another dash number of banks were nationalized. Okay, and the options are 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us see. But before that, let me just ask you one question. Can you answer this question?
Yes.
Yes. How many banks?
There were 4 banks.
Oh, it's wrong answer. It's totally wrong answer. In the year 1980, another 6 banks were nationalized.
Yeah.
Because 14 were nationalized in 1969. And later 6 were nationalized in which year? 1980. It means 20 banks were nationalized. Okay. Now we see the answer. This was my answer. Let me just check. Oh, it's correct. I am also right. So the banks which were nationalized, we just have a just we can see the list of banks, 6 banks, and these banks were Vijay Bank, Punjab and Sindh Bank, Oriental Bank of Commerce, New Bank of India, Corporation Bank, and Andhra Bank. So you were trying to, you have gone through various banking related, I think, books and all those. You are aware of many things, but it so happens that when you revise or when you come to answer the question, sometimes it so happens. So we can see your score also at the same time. 30 super 30 questions we have taken. So we would like to know your score. What is that? Can you just give us an idea how much you have scored?
Because scored around 25.
Oh, good, good. Your 25 questions are correct. It means okay. So rest questions you can go through, which are incorrect, which you could not answer or which um, did not answer correctly. That you can see in this session, and then we will come again with the next 30 questions also. So in the meanwhile, right after a while.
Yes.
So thank you very much, and hope we enjoyed all this question answer session.